You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast. Merry Christmas. We're going to have a new term for this in a second, but Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We hope everyone has had a nice, joyous Christmas, put the kids to bed, presents unwrapped, movies watched. I understand there's a lot of people that are wanting to watch Stranger Things, but this is a very special edition of the show today. And why I said we are going to be renaming it is because it is Merry Brickmas. Because we have none other. I kind of wish, I know there's history there, but I kind of wish Matt was here today so he could give it the honors, because I can't do it justice. But they are. They are the world breaker. Brick Savage, welcome to No Gimmicks. Thank you so much for your time. And this is a rarity because we rarely get you on an interview, and I'm just grateful that we got this, and I'm grateful that we got it at the time we got it, because I understand we have a very pissed off world breaker in our presence. But thank you so much for the time.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Actually, you're welcome. Took time out of my busy schedule on Christmas Day, no other.
That is correct.
Be here. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you. But let's jump right into it. Things happen. We all know Brick Savage, they have one rule only. And it seems like that cardinal rule got broken in a very, very big way. I actually seen it unfold live, and I had the question live, like, why are you guys doing this? But I want to hear from your perspective. What was this about?
Apparently, the last time I was there before last weekend, I had a match. Cedric was feeling extra froggy and was putting his hands on me. I like Cedric. All right, I like Cedric. He sticks to the rules and he likes to enforce them, but he knows better than not to touch me. And he put his hands on me. I don't like being touched, man, especially not by referees. I don't. You want to enforce the rules, that's fine. I usually don't break them. I usually don't. I might bend them a little bit, but you want to enforce the rules, that's great. Just don't put your hands on me. So I put Cedric through a door. That seems part of the course for me. All right? And then I get a call. Next thing I show up saying they got something for, I get ambushed by a bunch of referees and Sky. What is happening here? Sky joining referees and their enforcer to jump me? To take it out on me because they can't stand it no more? What are we doing here? Tell me, what are we doing here? You're supposed to stay in your place. You're a referee. Sky, what are you doing? I don't know what to even think of that. It's not like me and Scott are friends or anything. We've had plenty of fights over the years. I tried to kill him the first time I met him. I tried to take his eyeball out. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't either. JJ, can you make some sense of this?
Honestly, I'm as confused as everybody in the room, especially Brick, because like Brick has said, and we've all seen it, if you've kept up with any match anywhere Brick has been, don't touch Brick is not a hard concept. And, you know, the addicts, we all love Cedric. Do things get chaotic in the ring? Yes, they do. However, it didn't have to get to this point, and now we're here and throwing Sky into the mix. I don't know what that means either.
I don't know. You're going on strike. You're crying. You're complaining. You want what do you want? New rights? You want what? All that tells me is that when you attack me, you're being put on level playing field. You're fair game. You are completely fair game to me. Every wrestler in the locker room usually leaves me alone. For good reason. For good reason. They don't want to be put on a plate. And now, I don't know what God complex these referees think they have, right? I will scorch everything to the ground. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'll wait for them after the show. I'll show up before they get there. It doesn't matter to me. But you're putting your hands on me, right? Thinking you're trying to make some point? Absolutely not. I refuse to be made a fool. I refuse to be. I will be the last one laughing. I don't understand the concept here. You picked the wrong one. You picked the wrong one.
I said this in the moment.
Yeah.
I said the plan isn't bad. It's just who you picked to execute this plan on. That was stupid. Even I know this. Even I know that's a stupid plan. No matter how many of you it is, it's not a smart plan.
It's not a fair fight.
I almost left the arena.
I saw him screw over JD. That was funny. I had to laugh at that.
They did.
But stepping into my ring in that manner, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna let it fly. I'm not gonna let it stand. This is ridiculous. If Sky wants to be the forefront man there, if he wants to get folded in half, so be it. You caught me off guard. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Fool me once, shame on me. But you won't fool me twice. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
That's terrifying. And speaking of terrifying, you've been showing us evidence that there's a Lucha Brick Savage out there. When I seen it, I have to admit, I almost shit right up my back. So, are we pulling more Lucha Brick out of the repertoire? Is this a thing?
Listen, when I go down to the border shows that I go down to, McAllen, Laredo, when I go over to Mexico and stuff like that, I pull that stuff out. Right? I just fight a different style over here in Central Texas. That's because this is how I fight. I will fight according to whoever I'm wrestling. I'm completely versatile like that. And so I felt a little froggy after I came back from a little tour down by the border there. I was feeling extra froggy. Right? So like, yeah, you got a little something. You got a little something extra out of me. Right? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens moving into the future. But it was very enlightening for me, to say the least. I think I might have to go develop some new skills there. Because I went down to Mexico early in the year of this past around January or so, January, February. Yeah, around late December, early January time, I went down to Mexico and I rediscovered a lost art. I was perfecting the DDT. Right? Trained with some Lucha guys over there. Just perfecting the craft of actually just systematically destroying someone's spine, right? Just in a way that it makes the DDT that much more effective. And I use it quite a while. I have tons of moves, tons of combos, tons of style, just sitting there waiting for stuff for the right moment, for the right thing, whenever I need it. I could literally just destroy somebody with whatever I decide to. It just so happens it's just going to be whatever I want.
I'm not gonna lie. Brick has been doing this for a while, and seeing everywhere that you've gone, following you, all your matches, your clips, your highlights. when you did the moonsault for the very first time, me and my best friend were like, the scene from Rush Hour 3, he's too damn big. But it's like Brick is that agile, and it's even scarier to see that you can be a brawler. You can be a powerhouse. You can lucha if you need to. Like, you can convert your style into almost anything, and it's that much more terrifying for anyone, including referees now, that has to be across the ring from you.
Listen, if I wanted to put on a zebra stripe shirt and be a referee, I'd be the best goddamn referee this side of the Mississippi. It would be no question. I could do that 10 times better than any other referee that I've been in the ring with. I don't need to take their job too, but if I have to, I will. If I have to, I will. You want to put you out of a building, I'll put you out of a job too. I don't care. I've been taking people's spots left and right for the past 3 years. I'll take that spot too.
That is true. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because that was one of the questions that I have for you. For all the people that are new to you or new to what's been going on, you've been giving a lot of promos. You've been giving one message all 2025, and that is the world needs purpose.
Good one.
Can you just elaborate on what that means for those who may not know?
World needs purpose, man. Listen. That could mean anything to anybody, right? And it fits in like a puzzle piece, like a glove, right? Like Tetris. It's applied to whatever you need to apply it to. And my purpose is always clear, right? If I wanted to be an idiot, I'd fight idiots. If I wanted to be a champion, I'll go fight champions. If I want to be a legend, I'll fight legends. The purpose is always for me to be the best on top and to be the only one that actually matters. Always have been. Always have been. I've always tried to carry myself as the one above all.
That is very powerful that you said that, because when you say that, it implies violence, right?
Absolutely.
But what you just brought us through is that you are highly adaptable. So when you say the world needs purpose, it automatically implies that this is going to be a very violent night in the ring, right?
Absolutely.
But there's also this underlying thing with you that you're so diverse, you're so versatile, you could fit with any style. The purpose is you don't know what you're going to get. I am going to be unpredictable. And when I want to hit you, I will hit you. And that's what makes Brick Savage the enigma. And that's what makes it so compelling, is because you don't know. You could expect one thing, but you're also very calculating. I've been watching your YouTube series, right? Mm-hmm. And that's going over the changes that you've been going through. Mm-hmm. But talk to me about your cerebral approach to it. More so physically, because physically we know Brick Savage, there is going to be a long night in the ring. But how do you approach that mentally?
Well, it's easy to me. I don't see anybody on my level of being that strong or that endearing, right? I've explained this before, not super detailed, but I'm a counter wrestler, right? I have a counter for everything. Right? Every little thing that you think you've thought of, I'm already 2 steps ahead. And if you think you're 2 steps ahead, I'm already 3 steps ahead of you. It doesn't matter to me. You hit me whatever you want, right? I'm always going to get up. I'm always going to endure, withstand the rain. And then I'll pick my moment. And that's the part where I'll start systematically destroying whatever I feel like destroying on you, right? Whether it's someone's C4, C5, your lumbar spine, your kneecaps, right? Your wrists, your digits, right? Whatever I think is the most dangerous part of you, I'll start taking it away from you. That's what I like to do. I like to take things away from people, especially if they have championships. You have a championship. I don't care about winning the championship as itself. I just like taking it from people. I like taking things from people. That's my main objective, is to take something from somebody, and after it's over and you're sitting there wondering what happened, how did we get here? That's when you realize you've developed a new purpose for yourself. You develop a new guidance. So I have to get back to work. You don't want to let the same thing happen to you again, right? I give people purpose in that manner.
That's deep.
That is very deep. JJ?
Yeah, you know what? I was going to save this for more towards the end, but since we started talking about championships and everything else, you know, we had a former MPX champion on this show not too long ago, Mr. Shady JD Griffey. Man, do I wish he was in the chat right now. But JD had a lot of things to say, and more specifically towards you, Brick. He said in 2026, and I quote, Brick can catch this fade. So for me, the question I have for you, because I know you want to get your hands on JD, especially after everything we saw you guys go through with the Revolver Texas title, what does it mean when somebody like a JD Griffey or a KJ Orso or, you know, someone just chips away at you when you're not even trying to be in their bubble? You've done your thing with them. You wiped your hand clean. You've moved on, but they still want more of you.
Right.
Oh, so I don't know if y'all remember, JD was the VIP champion, the VIP world champion. He no longer has that, right? You start taking stuff away from me, I start taking stuff away from you, right? However I see fit that is. JD can be mad all he wants. I've already moved on. He took something away from me. Cool. I will take that back tenfold. I took your longest reigning title reign away from you. You no longer have that. He doesn't have anything I want anymore. He doesn't have the MPX championship. He doesn't have the Revolver championship. Right now, he's on the bottom of my food chain list. I don't even care about him. However, if he decides to swim his little happy ass along right by me, I'm going to eat him up. At the shortest match in that tournament, I don't know if he remembers being on the bottom end of that, getting trashed. JD can throw hands. So can I. I don't care. I'd love to throw hands. Absolutely. Right now, he's on the bottom of my food chain. Could care less.
I like that.
I love that. But that also begs the question, who's at the top of your list right now?
Sky De La Hermosa is at the top of my goddamn list. He's at the top of my list. He's at the top of my list. And that's the problem I don't think some of these people grasp, is that when I start becoming obsessive with something, and it's the only thing I can think about, it is going to be the worst absolute thing for you. Absolute worst thing. It's better just to sit in the shadows like JD, waiting for your opportunity, something I can forget about. But when you're in the forefront here and that's the only thing I can focus on is what heinous things I can do to you, I stay up all night. I don't care. I don't sleep. I don't need to sleep. I stay up for days on end before I have wrestling matches on purpose, just to induce a psychosis. I don't care. So when I become that obsessed with somebody, right, it never ends well. It never does.
Yeah, I'm going to stand 10 toes on that because as a fan, I've seen it happen.
I've seen it.
Especially earlier this year with everything that Brick and Kane Carter went through down in HOT. Talk about rivalry of the year, in my opinion. But, Sky, good luck. That's all I can say.
Hunker down. Buckle up.
Bed in the hatches.
Oh my goodness. shout out to Laura in the chat. She says Brick versus Cedric. Could we see it?
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. You want to put Cedric in the ring with me, right? He can get out whatever grievances he wants. He can get them all out. And once he's done getting them all out, I will take my turn and have my complete way with him, and then he'll never do it again. He'll never do it again. If he needs to learn his lesson the hard way, I have no problem being a teacher. I have no problem learning somebody that lesson. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now I will say, and this is, I know he's not here to say he didn't, but I actually have video evidence. He was talking really spicy when all the refs were involved. And he was asking you how it felt to be on the receiving end. So if it's going to be Brick versus Cedric, I think he should step up and take the challenge. This is just me, because they had a lot to say when they were together. So,
I'm sure. Everybody always has a lot to say when I'm not around. Everybody talks the most when I'm not around. And then when I walk around, it's complete fucking silence. Nobody ever says anything. They don't say nothing. They don't say hi. They don't shake my hand. They just leave me alone. It is just bonkers to me. Bonkers to me. And this goes for anywhere. This goes for anywhere. There's a lot of chatter all the time. Everybody loves to talk. Everybody loves to talk. Right? I'm easy to talk to. You can tell me whatever you want to. You want to be man enough? You want to step up to me and tell me how much you don't like me, how much you despise me, then tell me. I respect you more if you do so. But all this that, right? I don't care for. I don't care for. It's cowardly. Absolutely ridiculous.
You know what? I'm gonna piggyback off of that, what you just said, because chatter has been the name of the game, especially now with MPX and the season of the Texas Rumble. There's been a lot of chirp, a lot of chatter about who's gonna throw their hat in the mix, who's going for the opportunity to be in the Rumble, who's going after Dylan Cavins, who currently is the MPX champion. I kind of want to pick your brain. I know you've got Sky at the forefront, but what are your thoughts outside of Sky looking at the MPX title picture and the Rumble as it's approaching?
See, the Rumble thing is great for me, right? Because the more people I can fight, the better. I don't have a time limit for it. I just got to knock over the most bodies and stay to the end, right? And again, it's not about who has the championship. I don't care who has it by the end of the Rumble. Whoever has that deal, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me, right? But I get to knock out all these bodies along the way. That's perfectly fine. I've got plenty to get off my chest. Absolutely plenty to get off my chest, right? So whoever has it, if it's Cavins by the end of this, if it's Cavins, right? Look, I like Cavins. Right? Of all the people who've had an ounce of testicular fortitude, he's one of them, right? I attacked him. He attacked me. I attacked him back. He attacked me back. The guy's got guts, right? Unfortunately, I spilled him all over the ring after I picked him up by his goddamn ankle, swung him over my head, and then splattered him on the mat. I know it was a while ago, but come on, I know you don't forget that. It gives the kid
it's still fresh.
We're still talking about it. I know
it's still viral.
It gives the kid nightmares, right? So if he has the championship by the end of that, and that's who's there, and I win, yeah, sorry, kid. You know, business is business.
I want to say I feel sorry for everybody in their way, but I honestly, I love the violence, Brick. I'm a fan of violence, and you bring plenty of that. So, right or wrong, I'm gonna appreciate the violence. I'm just gonna be honest. Right or wrong, whether it's a right thing or a wrong thing, you should stay out the way.
I don't ever think I'm wrong.
And that's perfectly okay.
Right. Yeah. I don't ever think I'm wrong.
The world needs purpose, right?
World needs purpose. World needs purpose. My purpose is clear, right? So I don't ever think I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, that's your opinion. Right? If you were in my shoes, you would think you were doing the right thing too.
I get that. I totally get that. JJ?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I too, a connoisseur of violence, so I'm here for it. Like, if violence is on the line, sign me up. I'm here for it. I'll support it. But I do have a second question to follow up to the Rumble, because we've seen you do this too. The prospect title at MPX is also currently up for grabs, and we've also seen some people like Tomei Prince. I believe we threw names around like Isaiah Legend, Devin Anello, some young fresh blood that may mix it up for the prospect title. Could you possibly see yourself in that mix if you wanted to?
If I wanted to, I think the main aspect for me here is who has it and what it can do for me. At the time, the Prospect Championship, when I got it, was a tie for me to get a hold of Demo. Right? I eventually got my hands on Demo anyway. So the Prospect deal, I went that route. It's an okay route, right? But the way that was all stacked against me, every defense, right? It seemed like more of a long way to me, right? More of a long way. When I can start just going the direct route to whoever has it, right? The Rumble's a quicker route for me to get there, for sure. And even if I don't win the Rumble here, it's all predicated on who has it, right? Cavens isn't in my sights right now. I'm not worried about Cavens. There's just other people there that I have to have my head on the swivel for, that I'm waiting around for, right? I don't currently have a problem with set 6 with Demo and Man, right? I got a problem with JD and LVJ. That's what I got a problem with, right? Those are the people Sky's the people I got a problem with, right?
If you could do me one huge favor and kind of shift that attention towards JD just a little bit, I would appreciate it. Not that I'm begging for it, but
there's no bias here. No bias.
No bias. But
he just doesn't have anything I want. He lost it all. He doesn't even have the MPX championship anymore, right? So like the thing here that essentially was taken away from me, right? I get that back. Get back on House Sagan, right? He steals it from House Sagan. I said it's fine. You know what? Do that. Take that. Because it gives me a bigger target. And then he loses that. What kind of champion is that? Right? What kind of champion is that? Ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, that's a very, very worded answer, especially based on some of the things that JD had to say during the last show.
Sure.
Kelvin, I hate that I wasn't there, man, to support you live in that moment, but I got your back. I'm here now.
It's all good. It's all good.
And we got Brick, so Brick is gonna handle JD like that. So
look,
all
JD
good.
wants to smoke and get the smoke. Like I said, he's not even on my radar right now. And I know that infuriates him because he wants that so bad. He wants to get under my skin. I don't even care about him right now. I don't. He lost that aspect last weekend, right? He lost that. See ya.
He did.
Adios.
Did.
Right? He has nothing I can take. He has nothing for me. And there's nothing for me to take from him anymore. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
Agreed. But before we get out of here, Brick, your thoughts on your 2025. It seems that you were one of the most talked about wrestlers, not just in Texas, but in wrestling in general. But how do you feel about your 2025 and your goals for 2026?
Oh, I feel like I had a fantastic year. I feel like I traveled about as much as the same, and I did roughly 85 matches this year. I did 112 last year, right? I feel like last year was one of my best years. I went all over the place. Everywhere, right? If I'm not mistaken, I won at least 7 or 8 titles last year. This year, I won 9 titles total, I think. If I can remember correctly. I won 9 total, right? Held 7 simultaneously at one time. 7 at one time. I held 7 at one time last year, right? I'm the most decorated champion in Texas, period. I was voted the best wrestler last year. I guess that pissed the people off because they thought I'd just like slow down, maybe not go as hard, right? Maybe not show up because I was already there. I was already the king of the mountain. Unfortunately, I've got plenty to eat up here, so I'm going to keep eating. Right? I'm going to keep eating like I'm starving, like I was climbing up the mountain. I feel like I had a fantastic 2025, right? I've won several titles. Not only was I one of the best tag team champions, right? I've held new titles, right? First ever titles, first ever super open heavyweight, open weight champion for Matt War Pro, first ever Texas Revolver champion, right? Brought back the Lions Den championship. I won that in a tournament too over Matt Palmer, right? So I've won all these championships. I never stopped and never slow down, right? I'm always eating. I'm always wanting to eat. That's the problem with these people. They get complacent, and then they get mad at me. I fucking hate Brick. Why? Well, they're always doing so much. Well, what are you doing? Not enough, clearly. Right? So what are you mad at me for? All these people are always mad at me. Always mad at me.
No, that I had to ask that because it seemed like this year you were the face of Texas pro wrestling. You were that face. And we saw you everywhere. We saw you more so than last year. We saw you holding those championships, going all over the place, and you kind of dialed down from 2024. That's wild. But it seems like this year was more of a leap than 2024 was.
I said I would. I put out a promo back in last November, last year, right? Talking about all these Texas pillars. Everybody's talking about all these Texas pillars. Where are they? Where are they at? Who's been holding it down? Right? All of 2024, I was holding it down. Right? So I know Carter Black came back, Gino came back, right? Brad Keith and Roxy, they're gone. But who was holding it down? It wasn't the original Texas pillars. It was me. I was the base of it. Right? I was at the base of all of it. Some of your best rivalries in several cities over, right? I've had beefs with people from Dmitry Alexandrov over several cities and several promotions. Kane Carter down in Waco, right? Matt Locke in Dallas. I've had JD in Dallas. I've had several rivalries going on, right? Even Epidemius in Austin. Me versus everybody. It always has been. It's always Brick versus everybody. It always has been. It's never changed. I haven't slowed down since. I don't plan on slowing down next year, right? I don't ever feel like I need to give anybody a chance. Why would I?
Everybody needs to catch up to you. I like that. That is supreme confidence. And that's not even being cocky. That's just confidence. Because
it's not.
Yeah, you saying what you said last November and then bringing it up to now, you absolutely proved yourself right. I have no argument that you will prove yourself wrong next year. I think next year is probably going to be a bigger year than this was, and this was a phenomenal year.
Mm-hmm.
So
I get obsessed with things, and I get to work, right? I don't cry about it. I don't cry about my opportunities not being there, right? I go make my opportunities, right? I don't ask for luck, right? I make my own luck. I make my own luck.
Control your own destiny.
Always have.
The world needs purpose.
World needs purpose, man. That's it right there.
Love that. Well, Brick, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today. It's been a pleasure.
Christmas Day special.
Please let the people know where they can find you.
Absolutely. Instagram at World Breaker Savage, and on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Brick Savage 7. Those are my two main social medias. My YouTube's Brick Savage, right? Facebook's Brick Savage. You find me talking the most shit on Facebook. Right. My most interaction and stuff's on Instagram. Right. So catch all my main promos and all that stuff. You want to see where I'm at next. Right. I'll always have a pinned scheduled date inside of Instagram and Facebook for where I'm going to be at next.
Please subscribe to his YouTube, because I'm not kidding. Those videos you've been posting, phenomenal.
Top
phenomenal.
Tier. Most watched.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah. I think I stumbled on it and it just popped up, and I've been dialed in since. So please subscribe to his YouTube. and please catch these videos because they are all compelling.
Yeah.
All compelling.
There's a lot of backlog that need to be uploaded, so it might have got lost in the shuffle a little bit there, right? But there's several production value things that have been posted on there. It might have been lost in the shuffle in the last few weeks. There's a whole playlist if you want to watch the inception of what's happening from that documentary series, right? From the last almost 3 years, right? From the inception of what that happened, where it spilled over into, who it's involved, right? And if I have a beef with somebody, it carries over to wherever it's going.
Yeah.
Right. It carries over. That right. So again, me and Dimitri had shit happening back in Vegas, right, to Austin, to Houston, all over the place. Right. So you can watch that stuff there. I've got it all cataloged there, so you can watch that in real time, all those matches. Essentially, you can see how that's all completely evolved. And there'll be a separate playlist there. You can watch the next episodes when those get kicked back up.
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to be dialed in. So when they drop, I have you on the notification. You're one of the few that I have on the notification. When they drop, I'm going to watch it. So please keep them coming.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it.
Yep. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you guys for tuning in. JJ, bring us home, man.
Hey, man. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. Be safe. Thank y'all for, hanging out with us a little bit. Merry Brickmas as well. Shout out to the World Breaker for all that you do. I'm looking forward to 2026. Can't wait to see you tear it up. Whether it's MPX, HLT, GCW, we can list them all off, but we don't have a whole lot of time. But just shout out to you and all that you do in the industry, because there's only one Brick Savage. And like you always say, the world needs purpose.
There we go. That's my man. All right, boys. See y'all later.
I appreciate you, man. Be safe, y'all. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks.